When you bought your new Explorer, you not only bought a fun vehicle, you've also acquired the integrity and quality of the Ford name, which means that your satisfaction with your new vehicle is our #1 priority. And to back that up, we put together this presentation especially for you, to help you get to know your Explorer better.
We've taken this extra step just to make sure you know all about your new vehicle, and so that you can get the most use out of all that it has to offer. So, during the next few minutes, we'll be touching on things like its operation, some of its standard features, as well as some of its optional features, maintenance procedures, safety features, and on-road and off-road driving, things like that.
For more detailed information, you'll find in your glove compartment such things as the owner guide, which includes the maintenance schedule and record log, operating guide, a sound systems operating guide, and the four-wheeling supplement. In addition, you'll notice important warnings and other information on decals and labels located at various places on the vehicle itself. You'll want to review these from time to time. You'll also want to keep in touch with your Ford dealer for maintenance or any other questions you may have about your new Explorer. But for now, let's get started by pointing out some of the underhood service points.
After the hood is popped, you'll find the safety latch just beneath the Ford emblem. These do-it-yourself service points are highlighted in bright yellow so that you don't have to poke and probe to find out where they are or what they're for. Coolant, windshield washer fluid, oil dipstick, oil filler tube, things like that. Now, normal maintenance information and intervals for oil changes can be found in your owner's guide. While we're here, the jack handle is located just above the radiator. It snaps into rattle-free clips for storage.
If you need to change a tire, the spare is located here, at the rear under the cargo compartment. To get at the spare, simply insert the jack handle into this slot and turn counterclockwise to lower it. Just reverse the procedure to stow the spare. Turn the crank clockwise until you hear the override click, and check that the tire is tightly seated by pushing up against it.
The jack itself is stowed here, behind this panel at the left rear of the cargo compartment. The lug wrench is also here, as well as information about how to change a tire. Now, don't overlook these gloves because they can come in handy in those messy situations. A word of caution. If you have to replace a tire, don't use a size and type of tire and wheel other than that originally provided by Ford. Otherwise, the safety and performance of your Explorer can be adversely affected. There are labels on the driver's door that give you information about tire replacement. And if you have any questions about tires, contact a Ford dealer.
If your Explorer has a luggage rack, here are a few tips on its use. This rear crosspiece can be adjusted to accommodate different load sizes. The tie-downs slide fore and aft and lock into position with a slight turn. It's very convenient. The weight limitation is 100 pounds and is posted on the decal.
All Explorers have cargo tie-down hooks, which can be used with the optional cargo net. Now, the net will help keep lightweight cargo from shifting when you're on the move. And a cinch with a built-in release makes it simple to use. Also, your Explorer may have a cargo area shade. If it does, operation is simple. And it can be removed entirely using the releases located at each end.
While we're here in the rear cargo area, just let me point out the variety of seating combinations you can choose. If your new Explorer is a four-door, you have a 60-40 rear seating combination. To lower the seat backs, simply rotate the lever here. You'll find one on each side of the seat. See how simple it is? With one of the seat backs lowered, there's room for both a passenger and log objects. With both seat backs lowered, you have a lot more room for carrying things, all kinds of things. This arrangement provides you with built-in flexibility.
On two-door models, you have similar advantages. Only the seat back release is at the top of the seat back. Very easy, as you can see.
Another point on the four-door models. If you look here, you'll find a child-proof door lock. Just flip it up and the rear door cannot be opened from the inside. Now let's move up front and cover some items there.
Certain models have auxiliary sun visors. They're great for reducing road glare and for blocking out the sun. The driver has the same thing on the other side.
If your Explorer has a sunroof, you can use it several different ways. It can be popped up with the sunshade in place. It can be popped up without the sunshade, or it can be removed entirely. There's a storage bag provided to stow the sunroof and liner. Secure the storage bag in the cargo area using the tie-down hooks. If your Explorer is equipped with sport bucket seats, you'll notice two switches right here. One is marked lumbar, and the other is marked bolster. Press the lumbar, and you'll feel support in your lower back. Press the bolster, and the seat firms up along your thighs. The sport seat also has a thigh support. Pull it out to extend it.
The passenger seat also has the thigh support and the lumbar feature. Both seats recline. Here's the lever. The seats are adjusted forward and back manually. But remember, while the vehicle is in motion, both seat backs must be upright. Some Explorers are equipped with power-operated door locks, windows, and outside mirrors. Of interest here is the switch design. You'll notice they have bumps and hollows. This is so you don't have to fumble with them in the dark. You'll be able to work them by feel alone. Engineers call them ergonomic switches. I call them a good idea.
To get at your fuses, there's a drop-down fuse box under the dash to the left of the steering column. It contains 5 spare fuses and a tool to remove blown fuses. The hazard flasher switch is clearly marked and visible here on the top side of the steering column. Now let's look at the automatic transmission settings. You'll notice 2 Ds. The one in the circle is the overdrive setting, which is the normal driving position. The other one is the straight drive setting, which locks out overdrive. It might be used, for example, if you're driving at high elevations or pulling a trailer. Also beneath the dash, to the right of the transmission hub, is a fuel pump shutoff switch. It'll automatically trigger if your vehicle is involved in a collision or if your vehicle is severely jarred. Once the switch is triggered, it has to be reset to start the engine. Keep that in mind.
With the sound system you selected, you'll get quality, high-fidelity listening pleasure. Directions on how to set the clock, lock-in stations, and other information about how to work your particular sound system are in this guide.
So much for safety, comfort, and convenience features. You'll want to refer to your owner guide and supplements for other specifics that we haven't covered here.
Now we're going to briefly cover some important on-road driving tips. This will be followed by some off-road maneuvering demonstrations that will be handled by an experienced driver. However, before we do that, let me just say that your new Explorer is one of the most versatile vehicles on the road today. With it, you can go places and do things you couldn't do before. And you'll enjoy a new sense of freedom because the Explorer is truly an all-around performance vehicle.
We make this point because your 4x4 Explorer, especially when loaded, may handle differently than an ordinary passenger car. This is because your 4x4 vehicle has special design and equipment features for off-road operation. Since these features are unique, you must pay special attention to safety.
As an overall precaution, take it slow and easy until you get to know and understand your new Explorer and have built confidence in your ability to handle it both on and off the road.